All right, here's the last operation, and I wanted to do it separately because addition and subtraction and multiplication is not necessarily difficult, but I would say the easier portions of the operations, and division is not harder. It's just you got to be more you have to be more careful. You have to approach it a little bit differently. But it's essentially the same thing as we did before. Again, just wanted to point out that, when they say to divide like this, this is, to me, very straightforward. It's very obvious. This, not so much. But I just want you to know that they mean the exact same thing. And so I'm going to go ahead and start it like that, and I'm going to rewrite it f of x over g of x. I'm going to plug in my pieces. F of x goes in the numerator. G of x goes in the denominator. All right, and so we have to recall our rules of exponents. The rules of exponents say that when they are on top of each other, or it's in the division, you are going to subtract your exponents. And so the understood exponent of this x is a 1. And so I can rewrite this if I want as 6x to the first power minus 3/4. All right. And again, you can type this into your calculator and get your answer that way. But I'm going to show you the long way, which is to think about this as over 1. We need the same denominator. So it'd be 4 over 4, because if that reduces to 1, minus 3/4. Again, since we're adding or subtracting, the denominators stay the same, but the numerators are going to change. 4 minus 3 gives me 1, and then the denominator stays the same, which is 1/4. So this is my finished function. I can't do anything else after this point. I'm going to plug in the 16 now and solve for that. So it'd be 6 times 16 to the 1/4 power. And I can type this completely into my calculator, or I can remember that the fourth root of 16 is actually 2. So I can type it in or I can rewrite it like this, which will give me the answer of 12. Of course, if you type this into your calculator, it's going to give you the exact same answer, so it doesn't matter to me which way you do it. But I do need to see, all these steps that we go from here. I need to see you plug it in, and then if you want to plug it into the calculator to get your answer, that's fine. So I don't really need to see the step in the middle. But I definitely need to see you plugging it in. I just want you guys to get used to that concept and that idea. All right, so that's just sort of the basic examples. I'm going to do all the examples in 4.1. So 4.1a, same idea, f divided by g, so it'd be 4x over x to the 2/3. Same exact process for x is understood 1 power, so it's 1 minus 2/3. And I can change 1 to be 3 over 3. 3 over 3. I changed it to 3 this time because our denominator is 3. 3 over 3 reduces to 1, so I know we did that correctly. Denominators stay the same. The numerators are going to change. 3 minus 2 is 1. So now that I have that, I can plug in my 27, which is what they gave me here. 27, 1/3. The cube root of 27 is going to be 3, which is going to multiply with that 4 in front to give us an answer of 12. Again, you can just plug this into your calculator to get this answer. Not a huge deal. Just make sure you include your parentheses and things like that, because if you don't include the parentheses, you're going to get the wrong answer. So I just want to make sure you remember that. Also, again, if you want to plug this into the calculator, you can. So you can just forego these steps. So I would say that this step here and this step here are optional, but everything else I would definitely need to see. So when you're doing these problems for your homework, please make sure you include all the steps that I require. The final one for example 4 is letter B, which is same exact process, and it actually tells us, it puts it in this format, which is okay. This is just a fancy way to say that x equals 32. So we can do our process, 3x over x to the 1/5. All right, we're subtracting. It's 1 minus 1/5. All right, my denominator is 5 here, so it's going to be 3x 5 over 5. That's that 1 that we just changed, minus 1/5. Denominators stay the same, so it's going to be 5 minus 1 is just 4. Denominator is the same. So 3x to the 4/5. And then I plug in that 32. 3 times, or 4/5, excuse me. 3 times 32 to the 4/5 power. This one I don't really know right off the top of my head, so I am going to type into the calculator. 32 to the 4/5 power. Oops, let's delete that 4/5 power. That is going to give me 16. Okay, which I guess makes sense. The 5th root of 32 is 2 to the 4th power of 16. Okay, yeah. And then 3 times 16 is just going to give us 48. And so our answer for this one is going to be 48. Please make sure you're showing all your work for the homework. The homework is only 5 questions, so please make sure you have that completed by Monday, January 20th. I think that's when it is. And have a great day, guys.